guys, Emily here. Thank you so much for joining me for my first full-length chair class on my channel. I work on a balanced body exo chair in my studio. It has the cactus up the middle in the back for the springs. The cactus has two springs on either side so I can split my pedals. If you can't split your pedals, then there's only at one point where we'll split our pedals, and we'll talk about variations to do if you cannot split your pedals. I count mine from the very bottom, closest to the floor of my cactus app. I have 4 levels. I never use the 4th level in this class. I'm going to call it low for level 1, medium for level 2, or high for level 3. Again, I don't use the top level. I just use low, medium, and high. Starts from the very bottom and moves its way up from 1 low, 2 medium, 3 high, if that's how you count it. Right now, I have my springs on 1 medium and 1 low. We are going to go ahead and begin standing in front of our chair for safety purposes. Before you put your foot on the pedal at any time, go ahead and hold on to the top of the chair first. I'm going to take my right foot and place the ball of my foot on the pedal. I'm going to press the pedal down and place underneath my patella on my shin on the pedal. I'm going to reach my hands forward to the back corners of my chair. I'm drawing up and in on my abdominals, pulling down with my lats. I have a nice gentle bend in my elbows. My shoulder blades are nice and wide. My ribs are wrapped, my abs are drawn up and in. And from there, I'm going to come to a demi point or point just my foot with my toes flexed back in a high heel position. I'm going to pull my foot back to flex, and I'm going to flex it and point it. Don't move your shin or your upper body for this exercise. We're just warming up our ankles. Let's do 2 more. Remove that foot. Move your hands if you need to. Place your foot back on, but leave your hands on the chair for safety. Bring them back to the back corners. Bring right underneath your knee, on your shin though, not on your knee, to the front edge of the chair, and then go ahead and point your foot and flex. Point and flex. Abs up and in, wrapping your ribs, trying to square your hips and even them. Go ahead and start breathing. Good, 9 and 10. Go ahead and slide your hands back. When your foot comes to the floor, you can go ahead and release your hands. For our next exercise, we're going to be doing some hamstring 1 and 2, or washerwoman. I've squared my feet to the center of my chair. I'm going to take my right foot and slide it back so that my big toe is right in line with the back of my heel. From there, I'm going to slide my left foot back, turn my feet out to a Pilates Feet, zip up through the center, drawing up and in, shooting energy up out of my head, wrapping my glutes, rotating my femurs in the hip sockets, stacking my shoulders over my hips, over my ankles. I'm going to inhale up, wrapping my ribs. Exhale, squeeze my glutes to keep my hips forward so that I don't pop my hips back. I'm going to dive down, and I'm going to find my foot bar. I'm going to tuck my shirt in so it doesn't choke me while I try to do this exercise. Trying to leave my ears between my biceps as much as I can. I'm going to wrap my ribs and press down on the foot bar and round back up. Squeezing my glutes, wrapping my ribs, locating that articulation, never losing that round back feeling. Nice, wide, flat shoulder blades. So think of pulling the pedal apart with your hands. Exhale down and inhale up. And exhale down and inhale up. Let's do 2 more. And 1 more. Inhale up. Now squeeze your glutes. Gently release as you begin to articulate up vertebra by vertebra. Coming up to standing, release your arms down by your sides. We have a few more variations in this position. We're going to go ahead and inhale up. Squeeze your glutes. Draw your ribs to your hips. Dive down, locate the pedal, press it all the way down first. Now, take your left hand, walk it a little bit closer to the center. Nice gentle bend in your elbow. We're going to bring our right arm out to a T, and we're going to do one arm pumping. So round it up, and exhale, press it down. Keep that gentle bend in your elbow so that the work is coming from your abdominals. You should have equal weight in both your legs, and your hips should be square to the front of the chair. So you shouldn't be shooting one hip back and one hip forward here. Let's do 2 more. Squeeze your glutes. Final one. Keep the pedal down. Bring your right hand closer to the center. Bring your left arm out to a T. Square your shoulders, square your hips. Tuck your tail, begin to round up. And press down with your abdominals and squeeze underneath your arm to pull your shoulder away from your ear. If you're going very fast, you could probably be using more abdominal. I know this because I'm already sweating, guys. Here's 4. Draw your abdominals up and in, really hollowing out from hip to hip. Let's do 2 more. Really round up. Keep your ears close to your bicep as you can. And down. Now replace your left hand. Walk your right hand out. So you're in the original hamstring one position. Tuck your tail. Squeeze your glutes forward so they don't pop back. Lift it up. Arms up to the ceiling. And exhale your arms down by your side. 1 more variation. Okay. If you felt that these springs were a little bit too heavy for you, go ahead and drop to 2 lows, or drop your low spring and then just have 1 medium on. But make sure that you're moving slowly so the pedal doesn't pop out and pop you in the head, right? We're going to inhale, arms up. Squeeze your glutes, dive down. Locate the pedal. Press the pedal down with your abdominals, drawing your ribs to your hips. Walk your left hand in closest to the center. We're going to continue on with some one-arm work. Float your right arm down. We're going to inhale. We're going to inhale, float it up. And when we exhale, we're going to rotate up to the ceiling, looking at our arm. Thread the needle. Inhale to pull it up and under. Exhale to pull it down and rotate and look. We are not changing the weight on our hips, on our heels, and we're not rotating in our hips at all. Everything's staying square from the belly button down. Use your lat on your left arm, so use your underarm muscles to really control the springs. 3 more. And up. And 2 more. Woo! Nice warm up on your abdominals. And now float the spring back down. Bring your right hand in. Bring your left arm down. Float it up with your arm underneath. And as you press it down, rotate to the side and up, leaving your hips square and equal weight in your heels. As you come up and down, don't lose that vertebra-hip connection. All the work is coming from the articulation in your abdominal muscles. Squeeze your heels together, they come apart slightly. Inhale, and squeeze your glutes and press. Here's 5. 3 more. Here's 7. And here is 8. Bring your hand back down. And now articulate up. Float your hands up to the ceiling. And release your hands wide to the side. Bring your feet to parallel. Don't walk in or out. Now, using your abdominals, float your right foot up. Place right at underneath the arch closest to the ball of your foot on the pedal. And press down by squeezing your glutes. And lift. Don't lean into the pedal. able to make this happen. This is all hamstring work. So press and lift. Press and lift. Abs up and in. Hands on your hips to make sure that you're staying square. One more. Now, not moving. Float your foot off. Bring it down. Float your left foot up. Place your foot on at the front of the arch, right behind the ball of the foot. Square your hips, square your shoulders, hamstring curl and press. And lift. Again, none of this. Body straight up and down, so shoulders over your hips the whole time. Lots of hamstring glute work. Good. Don't allow one hip to pop up as your foot flips up. Here's 7. And here is 8. Flip your foot off. Woo! And bring it down. Excellent. We're going to come to the side. I'm coming so that if I'm standing facing away, my left side is closest to the machine. I'm going to line it up so that the split of my feet, or the inside line of my feet, is lined up with the front edge of my machine. I'm going to make sure that I am 1 foot length back, just like we did on the other side. So take my foot, put my toes to my heel, bring my foot back. If you have a split pedal and you're pulsing out, go ahead and push it forward slightly, not all the way. We're still working with 1 medium, 1 light. I'm going to bring my arms up. My left arm is up by my ears. My right arm is out in a T, more like a hug a treat position. So I'm pressing down underneath, engaging underneath my arm already. I'm going to inhale, exhale, squeeze my glutes. Exhale, and float it forward. I'm going to exhale to press it down. And inhale up. I'm still articulating. It's just a one-arm movement coming across the body slightly. I still have equal weight in both feet, and my hips are not moving. I have a gentle bend in my left elbow, where my arm is working, so my shoulder doesn't round it. Let's do 2 more. Okay, now squeeze your glutes. Float your arm up, 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 up. Excellent job. We're going to do some crossover pumping. If you have knee or hip problems, instead of bringing your right foot across for the crossover pumping, take your left foot and work with your foot closest to the pedal. Otherwise, we're going to come across our body, square our hips, hands on your hips. And now, bring your heel a little bit closer to your body so that you're not leaning forward for this movement either. But we're going to press down and float it back up. Make sure that your hips and shoulders are staying square to the side of your chair the whole time. 4, 5, 6. Oh, I forgot something on the middle, so we'll go back and we'll do that now. And 8. Here's what I forgot. We're going to go ahead and challenge and raise up to the ball of our foot for 8 more in the pumping. Here's 1, 2. If you do not enjoy this, you're having trouble with it, go on to a flat foot again. One side's always better than the other. I'm not going to lie. This is my strong side for balance. The other side is a train wreck. Good. Come all the way up with the pedal. Lower your foot. Bring your other foot off the pedal. Now let's come to the front again. Line up with the center. Walk a foot distance back. Go ahead and bring your right foot up first. Pop up to the ball of your foot. And go ahead and pump for 8. And 7. Hands on the hips. 6. Lots of glute hamstring work. Oh, keep breathing. The chair's one of my favorite pieces of equipment. Good. Come all the way up. Lower your foot. Bring your right foot to join it. Bring your left foot up. Place it on the ball of the foot, right behind the ball of the foot on the arch. Here's the train wreck side. Exhale to lift and begin pumping. Oh, here's to hoping that today's better. Abs up and in. Draw everything towards the midline. Don't let one hip raise. Don't slam your pedal into the bottom either. lose any resistance. Now, pedal all the way up, lower your right heel, bring your left foot to match. Okay, we're going to come to the other side for the crossover pumping and the hamstring 2 exercise. So, I'm going to bring my feet lined up so that the front edge of the machine slices between my feet. I'm going to step back, toes to heel, bring my other foot back. Again, if you have any hip problems, instead of bringing your left foot across to the pedal, go ahead and just raise your right foot up from pumping. Otherwise, we're going to put our hands on our hips, raise our foot, square it off, wrap our ribs, and pump 1. Try not to lean forward. Slide your heel back. Woo, there's a train wreck. Slide your heel back to the edge of the pedal. 5. Oh my gosh. 6. We forgot to do hamstring 2. Sorry about that, guys. I don't know where my head is today. We're going to raise up onto the ball of our foot. Continue pumping for 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. Woo, 2. 1 more. Square your hips, square your shoulders. 1. Lower your heel. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Bring your foot down. Bring your right arm up, your left arm up to hug a tree position. Squeeze your glutes, open up the front of your hip flexors. Draw your ribs together, abdominals up and in. Inhale, exhale to round over, find the pedal. And exhale, lower. Isolate you if you can. Inhale up. Again, there's a nice, gentle bend in my right elbow so that my shoulder's not rounding into my body and my both shoulder blades flat down my back. I'm squeezing my glutes, dropping my abdominals up and in, and reach my ribs towards my hips. Okay, guys, we have 2 more. Sorry about that snafu with the footwork, guys, or with the pumping work. And squeeze your glutes and come up to standing. Go ahead and release it down. Great job. We're going to be moving on to some seated footwork. So, come sitting on the edge of your chair, the very edge of it. When you pump, you don't want your thigh bone to hit the edge. You don't want to fall off either, but you want to be sitting on the very edge with your sits bones. Bring your feet up to the pedal. Toes are off, heels are together, toes are apart, my feet are flexed. I've rotated my femur in the hip socket so that my knees are tracking over my big toes. From there, I'm going to bring my hands around, just like in stomach massage. I'm going to wrap my ribs, draw my abdominals up and in. But instead of rounding over, I'm going to be sitting up in a neutral spine. From there, I'm going to press down with my glutes and pull it back up. If you feel like your pedal's not in optimal position, adjust your feet and squeeze and lower and lift. Your body should not be moving. As you press down, firmly drop down your lower abdominals so that you're not tucking or tilting your pelvis. This is gluten hamstring work, guys. Pull your shoulders wide. Wrap your hips. Nice long neck. Look forward. And 10. Bring your feet up. Now separate your feet. I have separated my feet so that my heels are directly under my sits bones because of the split in my pedals. Also, I like working here a lot. I feel like functionally it's a great place to work from. I'm going to flex my feet back. I'm going to make sure that my knees don't flop in or out while I do the exercise a few times. So I'm going to press down, make sure my knees are staying even, and up. And now I'm going to look straight ahead, growing taller. This is hard, guys. Very hard if you're doing footwork properly. Much harder than on the reformer because you don't have the entirety of your body laying on the carriage. One more. Good. Now, float your feet up. Bring them wide to the outside corners. Flex your toes back. Still wide elbows. And now we're going to press down and Keep it going. Don't lean back as you lift your feet up. Only come back as far as you can while maintaining that neutral spine. Squeeze and lift. Great. Here's 9 and 10. From there, we're going to float our feet back up. We're going to come onto our toes in the Pilates Feet position. My heels are together, my toes are apart, of course. I'm not going to be able to bring the pedal up as far because my feet are pointed. And so that's going to impede or limit my movement slightly. So I'm going to press down and up. Really find the lower abdominal connection here. The wrap of the ribs and the lift and elongation of the spine. If you feel yourself going like this, try to make the movement smaller. See if you can stabilize the movement and then see if you can increase the size of the movement. Make it a little larger. Now bring your feet up. Now just separate your heels. So you're still on the balls of your feet. You're still sitting with your heels under your sits bones. And then press it down. Keep your knees equal distance. It's a little harder in this position. It's more front of the leg work on the feet. Still grow taller. Squeeze. Good. 7, 8, 9. One more. Now we're going to come up. We're going to have to float our feet up. We're probably going to have to rock back a little bit. I know I certainly do. And come out to the wide Pilates feet position with our feet wide to the side. Don't flare your knees back so far that they're not tracking over your toes more. You still want your knees to track over your big toes. You're going to rotate your knees open by rotating the femur and the hip socket. So go ahead and press down and up. Abs up and in. Wide collarbones. Stack your shoulders over your hips. Really wrap your belly button, drawing into your spine to protect your low back. Here's 8. We're not done with footwork from here, guys. We're going to go ahead and do some with one leg. So we're going to do it from our heels. We are not going to reduce the springs. If you find that you need to reduce the springs, go ahead and reduce it to 1 medium. But let's go ahead and try it with 1 medium, 1 light first. Really draw in on your lower abdominals. When we bring our foot out, we're not going to drop it down here. We're not going to lift it up super high. If you were sitting in the chair and your leg was just out from the chair because it was supported underneath, that's where I like your leg. Think of the chair as being an extension underneath your leg, so you're not getting too much work there, and you're not flopping your hips. You're not dropping your hip down here or raising your hip up high. I would like for your hips to stay even. So flex both feet. Genie arms. I have my left arm, that's what it is, on top for this one, and I'm going to press down and lift. Keep going. Try not to touch the bottom of the chair. Try not to lean back. If you only move a little bit, that's fine. Here's 7 and 8. If your genie arms are up here, drop them down in front of your bra strap or where your 12th rib and sternum meet. And now turn out both feet to a Pilates feet and keep pumping for another 10. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, bring your left foot back on the pedal. Come back to parallel. Bring your right foot out as if there's an extension of the chair underneath. Pop your right arm on top and lower and resist it up. Try to keep equal weight in both your sits bones. That's why we have our leg where we do. So we're not fighting the weight of our sits bones right now. We're really squaring off. Flex your foot. 9 and 10. Bring your foot back up, turn both feet out to Pilates Feet, and here's 10. And squeeze 9. Equal weight. Here's 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. We're going to face the side of our machine. Where I set my camera up, unfortunately, I did not take this into account, but I will be off the screen my feet will be off the screen for part of these exercises for 100s and series of 5 to the side of the chair. I'm going to bring my feet up. I'm going to float them up, scoot my sits bones to the end. If you are uncomfortable doing 100s or series of 5 here on the chair, please feel free to do them on the floor. I'm going to inhale, exhale to articulate down, pushing my body forward, arms up to the ceiling, exhale to press out, and begin pumping. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and inhale, squeeze your glutes. Draw your ribs to your hips. Nice wide collarbone, nice flat shoulder blades. Squeeze your heels, squeeze your inner thighs. Make sure you're not crunching your chin to your chest. See if you can crease up a little bit deeper over your sternum. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, and exhale. And inhale, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Stop. Hold on to your knees. Rock up to just the tip of your tailbone for a little relaxation. Hold on to your legs real fast. This is still a working break. Inhale, exhale. Articulate back. Legs to tabletop. We're going to extend our left leg first with the single leg stretch. Reach your right foot, your right hand to your ankle. Don't grab and reach your left hand into the inside of your knee. That way you're curling up all on your own. You're not pulling yourself up. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Curl up deeper. Here's 7. And here's 8. Now, tabletop. Reach your hands to your ankles and extend arms and legs. Extend your arms to your teeth and exhale to reach in. Sorry, I hit my cala. Inhale. Circle your arms. Inhale. I'm bending my elbows because I'm hitting my catala, guys. Don't rock in your pelvis. Make sure that your sacrum is firmly grounded. I will give us a break after scissors. 7 and 8. Extend both feet up and pull, pull. Wide elbows. Wherever you're holding on to is great, but don't rock in your pelvis. 3, 4, and pull, pull. Don't allow your tailbone to lift. Weight your tailbone. Here's 7 and 8. Hold on behind your knees. Rock it up. 2 more exercises in this series of 5, and then we're going to move into some back extension work. Inhale, exhale, articulate back, feet up to the ceiling, turn it out to Pilates Feet. Rest your head in your hands, make your head heavy. Wide elbows, make your abdominals hold up your head. Drop 1, 2, 3, and lift. And 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Curl up deeper and lower on 1 and lift 1, 2, 3. Lower 1, lift up 1, 2, 3. Weight your sacrum. 1, 2, 3. Weight your sacrum and 1, 2, 3. Legs to tabletop. Rotate to the right side, grounding your left hip. Come back through center and exhale to the left. Center, right. Ground your hips. Drop your belly to your spine. Curl up deeper. Halfway there. Here's 6 and 7. Make this last set your best. your center. Hold onto your knees. Now with control, rock up. Locate control before you gently place your feet down on the floor. Come to the back of your machine. We're going to change it to 2 mediums because we're going to go ahead and pull out our pull and split our pedals. To split your pedals on Swan already requires a lot of control. Again, my feet are out of the frame. I'm sorry, I set up my camera the way that I did for bridging and upside down push-ups. I didn't really consider the feet being out of the frame. So I'm going to hold on to the front edge of my chair, come down onto my stomach. My belly button's going to be at the front of the pedals. I'm going to drop it down. If this is too heavy for you, drop it down to 2 lows, but you need it to be even. So that when we go into the split pedal work, you're working evenly on both sides of your body. So, okay, again, we're going to press it. Whoop, slippy pants. Press it down. Now, draw your belly up and in. Squeeze your glutes together. Draw your shoulder blades apart. And inhale to float it up. And exhale, draw your belly up and in. Wrap your ribs to press down. Inhale up. Exhale to press down. We're only going to do 1 more here because we're going to do an around the world swan. Inhale up. And exhale, press down. Important part of around the world swan. Both arms are straight the whole time. So begin to rotate, lifting your left arm. And as you come up through the center, your right arm will come up. And now rotate to the right, begin to press your left arm down. And your right arm will follow. And they'll both come back down to the center. Now to the right. Begin to float your right arm up, straight. When you've gone as far as you can with your twist, your left arm will start to float up. Come through the center. Begin to press down with your right arm. And your left arm will follow naturally. Your right arm will come down to the bottom, and you'll untwist. Your left arm will float. Leave both fronts of your hip bones firmly grounded, and you'll naturally come into a twist as your body begins to rotate. Now your right arm will come up. Draw your belly up and in. Your left arm will come up. Oh, you're in Swan. And now your right arm will begin to lower, and then your left arm will lower naturally. And you'll come back to neutral. 1 more on each side. Left arm up, and right arm, wrap your ribs. Left arm down, right arm down to neutral. Right arm up, left arm up, right arm down, left arm down. Now, very carefully, begin to bend your arms and slide yourself off the back. And come up to standing. From there, we're going to go ahead and place our bar back and make 1 full pedal. For those of you who do not have the split pedal option, I'm sorry I did not mention this earlier, continue on with Swan. We're going to change our springs back to 1 medium and 1 light. Come back around to the back of your machine to do that. We're going to come down to lying. From there, I'm going to go ahead and place my heel. I'm going to move my pants real fast. I don't like it when my pants are on the pedal. Personal problem, right? I'm going to go ahead and extend my legs out long. I have them turned out because I'm going to be doing a turned out frog position in a supine bridge first, or a lying down bridge. I'm going to platform my arms down by my side. I'm going to come back to this position with extended legs every time. I'm going to bend my legs, leaving a completely heavy sacrum to come into a frog position and extend back. And I'm going to bend and extend. I'm rotating my femur in the hip socket and bend. I'm holding on with behind my heels. And I'm going to straighten my legs, still in a turned out position. I'm going to tuck my tail and bridge up. I have a straight line from my toes to my hips to my underarms, hopefully. And I'm wrapping my ribs, and I'm going to articulate back down. I'm rolling up, so I'm platformed on my shoulder blades. I'm not rolling up into my neck. The way to lift your bridge higher is actually to squeeze your glutes, not to pop up into your neck. Pops into your ribs, hurts your low back. Mid-back hurts your neck. All right, on this next one, we're going to articulate up, and we're going to do some frogging. So frog, and extend, and frog, and extend. Squeeze your inner thighs as they're straightened, and extend, and articulate down. Now, I'm going to separate my heels again because I have the split pedal. I'm going to bring my heels on. I don't have my feet fully flexed back because I can't really grab onto the pedal, but they are in a flexed-ish position. I'm going to bend and hamstring curl. And I'm going to release to straight legs. And bend and hamstring curl, wrapping my ribs, weighting my sacrum, and release. One more hamstring curl. I have a perfect number 11 with my legs. They haven't gone in or out. Now with straight legs, I'm going to tuck my tail and articulate up to a bridge. Straight line, again, legs through underarms, and articulate down, dropping my belly to my spine, coming to neutral, and I'm going to tuck and articulate up. Good job, guys. The chair, it just feels wonderful, doesn't it? On this next one, we're going to do 3 hamstring curls. And up, and hamstring curl. And release. And hamstring curl. And release. And hamstring curl. And release. And tuck my tail. And lower. From there, I'm going to roll onto my side and come up to sitting. I'm also going to come back to the back of my machine and change it out to 2 low springs. Coming back around to the front of my machine, I'm still sitting on the floor. Depending on your height will depend on where you're sitting for this. I sit about right here. Some people taller, they'll see can sit back here. But we don't want to be pressing down with our arms or pulling down with our biceps. I like to place the meaty part of my palm on the chair, and I'm going to press down. This is a lat pull. And I'm going to release. I'm hinged forward ever so slightly to stay out of my hip flexors. I have my feet flexed. I'm pulling up the muscles on top of my kneecaps. And I pull. And I pull with my underarms, like I'm squeezing an orange or a ball under my arms. Wrap your ribs. Draw your belly up and in. Good. Here's 6. Hold on 1 second. Sorry about that. 7. We're going to go to 10. And here is 9. Nice wide shoulder blades. Go round in. Final 1. And good. Okay. Guys, here's the deal. For fun, we're going to go ahead and drop 1 low spring. So take it off. Place it down there. We're going to do a teaser. We're going to place our feet up on the top of the chair. We want to make sure that we can lower and lift the pedal when our feet are up in teaser. Okay, so go ahead. Place your feet up. Articulate down. Bring your hands down by your side so that you're not swinging up. Let's all do this together, guys. Inhale, exhale, curl. Reach for the pedal and lower 1 and 2 and 3. Place your feet down. Reach for your hands. Articulate down. Hands by your side. Inhale, exhale, reach up. Reach for the pedal. Press it down. Now, tap the chair and lift. Tap the chair and lift. Tap the chair and lift. Leave your feet up if you can. And then articulate down. Feet are still raised. Here we go, guys. Inhale. Exhale to curl up. Reach for the pedal. Lower the pedal. Tap your feet. Lower the pedal. Tap your feet. 1 more. Tap your feet. Leave your feet raised. Let go of the pedal. Whoa, I'm shaking so much. Lower down. Draw your feet into your chest. And gently rock from side to side. Good job, guys. We're going to go ahead and roll onto our sides. Come up to sitting. We're going to turn around. Lie on our backs. We're going to be doing corkscrew on the floor with our chair. Corkscrew 1. We're going to place our hands. Some people can reach up here, and that's great. I don't really have the length for it. I don't enjoy it. I'm going to press it on the sides of my machine. I'm going to raise my feet right up to the ceiling. I'm grounding through my sacrum again, guys. Pressing in, not raising. I'm going to bring my feet to the right. I'm not raising a hip. Down, and to the left, and up, and to the left, and down. Very small. Completely controlled by my abdominals. Good. Wrap your ribs. Draw your shoulders down your back so you're not crunching in. If you have trouble doing this, go ahead and platform your arms down by your side if you can't. Draw your arms up and hold on. This is another lat movement right here. You really have to squeeze in with your arms and your lats. Make sure that your ribs aren't popping off of the mat or off of the floor. Final one. Good. Hold on behind your knees. Rock up to sitting. Press it back. We're going to come to the back. We're going to change it to one high spring. Just one high spring. So, take your hands, hold on to your pedal, because we only have one spring on. Place your spring on one high. Come back around to the front. We're going to squeeze our feet together in the center. Have our knees separated. Inhale, arms up, squeezing our glutes forward, just like in hamstring one, and exhale to reach our hands down. And now, press down. I'm about a foot's distance back with my knees from my chair, just like I was earlier, and squeeze it back up. And squeeze your glutes strongly. Press it down, really rounding, really tucking your pelvis, drawing it towards your nose, feeling a nice stretch in your low back, pulling the pedals apart. Don't lose that rib squeeze or rib wrap, or drawing the ribs to the hips. Good. And now, let the pedal float up. Squeeze your glutes. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Shins back down on the ground. And up. And release it to the side. Now, I'm going to bring my body to face the side. Same position. But I want to make sure that my hand is already on the pedal. My fingers are facing forward. I'm not right on the machine. I have just my fingertips on, guys. Just the very fronts of my fingertips. Draw it up and in, draw your abdominals in. Flatten your hand and reach up and over. True side bend, press up. Draw your shoulders down, bring your bicep up by your ear. Come back up, bring your arm down to a T. And up and over. And reach for the back side of the chair. And reach it up. And out to a T. And one more. Up and over. Wrap your ribs. And come up. And do a T. Now, we're going to switch to the opposite side for the mermaid. Again, I'm out far enough just so that the tips of my fingertips are on the chair. I don't have my arm behind me. It's in front of me slightly. I'm going to reach up and press down. Again with my lats, pulling my shoulder blade down my back, feeling a true side bend. Coming up, bring my arm out to a T, never letting my shoulder rise up. And bring it up. And come back down. And one more. And reach it up. And over, squeezing my glutes. And coming up. And down. Great job, guys. From here, we're going to go ahead and do some upside down push-ups. We are going to go ahead and first change our springs over to one high and one medium. We already have one high on. So let's go ahead and put one medium on. Safety with upside down push-ups. Please take your chair and move it so that the back side of your chair is up against the wall, so that you have some support in case you go up and over the back of the chair. That way you don't hurt your neck or shoulders or cause any damage to yourself. To get into the upside down push-up, we're going to use the same safety feature, the same safety protocol that we talked about earlier, where we place both hands on the top part of the chair before we place a foot on the chair. So guys, we're going to go ahead and place both hands on. I'm going to put my right foot up personally. Press down, bring my left foot up. I'm going to come to a Pilates V position with my feet in a high heel position. From there, I'm going to walk my hands to the back corner of the machine. Drop my shoulders up, back, and down by engaging underneath my arms. Tuck my tail and look in at my thighs, hopefully. From there, I'm going to rock forward slightly, squeeze in, and float the pedal up, and float the pedal down. I'm not going to slam the pedal into the bottom. I never went loose to tuck on my tail or the roundness in my spine. I always try to keep the articulation there. And here's 3. We're going to go to 5. One more. And for those of you that are comfortable, bring your right foot behind you and tuck and lower. There's 5, 4, pull down with your left, 3. Don't ever look up at the wall in front of you. 2. One more. And 1. Now, press the pedal all the way down. Bring your right foot back down. Rotate towards the right side. Place your left hand at the back corner and bring your right hand to the side in the middle. Try to get a nice side bend in. Inhale. We're still in that rounded over position, but our hips are facing the side and our shoulders are facing the back corner as we float the pedal up and float it down. Try not to bottom out the pedal. Try to leave your head rounded the whole time. We're going to do 5 here too. Here's 4. Again, I'm in a forced arch position or Denny point position. And now from here, don't bottom out the pedal. We're going to bring our leg to the side and float it up. Here's 5. Here's 4. 3. Really articulate up and down. 2. And 1. Now, float the pedal down with control. Bottom it out. Place your right foot back down. Come back through the center. Woo, shake it out real fast. We have this whole series on the left side. We're going to start in the center again. Okay. Pilates Feet. Walk your hands to the back. Tuck your tail, lift your head. Rock forward slightly. Upside down push-ups. They're hard, guys. Keep that roundness in your back the whole time. And press it. Pull it up. And resist it back down. Sorry, my feet were a little off. And pull it up. And pull it down. Give that rib to hip connection. Don't lift your head. It's easy to do when it gets hard, in case you didn't notice on the right side for me. And down. Don't bottom it out. Float your left foot back and up. And lower. Squeeze your left glutes. 2. 3. 4. And here's 5. Now, bottom it out with control. Bring your left foot down. Rotate your body to the left side. Square your hips off. Bring your right hand to the back corner. Bring your left hand to the side middle. Bring your shoulders more to square between your hands. Bring your hips to square to the side. Squeeze your inner thighs. Squeeze your glutes. And now, exhale to articulate up, float it up, and lower. Belly to spine. Drop your head. And here's 4. Control, control, control. And here's 5. Don't bottom out, float your left leg out and pump, and down. Squeeze those glutes. Woo! 3. 4. And 5. Bottom it out with control. Place your foot down. Rotate to face the front. From there, we're going to bring our right foot up. Our toes are going to come to the back edge of the chair. You should have your chair up against the wall so you can place your fingertips on the wall for lunges. So imagine I'm at my wall. I'm going to float my leg up with control, and I'm going to float it down. And float up, squeezing into my glutes, not allowing my hip to drop past my knee. Belly up and in, wrap your ribs. If you no longer need your wall, try to place your arms in a genie arm position. Place your right arm on top, so we remember that on our left leg, we place our left arm on top. 2 more. And 1 more. And come back down. And now we're going to do mountain climber. So bend your left knee in and straighten by squeezing your glute. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Lower your foot down. Place your hands on the chair. Remove your foot. Bring your left foot up. Place your fingertips on the wall. Now squeeze it up to come up into the lunge and lower it down without bottoming out. Wrap your ribs. Good. Here's 3. Abs up and in. 4. Squeeze your glutes. If you're ready for genie arms, left arm on top. Here's 6. At any time, you can place your fingertips back on the wall. 8. 9. Squeezing your inner thighs together. Don't let your hip drop past your left knee and down. And now mountain climber. Bend and straighten. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wrap your ribs. 8, 9, 10. Lower your foot all the way. Hold on to the pedals. 1 final upside down push-up. Hands to the front, back corners. Whew. Inhale, exhale. Come up. Bend your knees into a frog. And straighten and bend. Frog and bend. Don't lose the round back. Look in. Keep it going. Oh my gosh, the shake is real, guys. Bend it in. Now straighten your legs and now lower with control. Walk your hands back. Step off with one foot. Float the pedal up. Step off with the other foot. We're going to come around to the back. We're going to leave the medium spring. We're going to take the high spring, drop it off to a low. We're going to come sitting on the right side of our chair. I'm going to leave my right leg bent. I'm going to extend my left leg so it looks like this on the floor. I'm going to have my foot completely flat, but you can't see it because it's out of the screen because of the bridging. I'm going to bring my arms to a T, wrap my ribs, drop it down. When I come down, I'm going to bring my fingers forward. We're doing mermaid again, guys. I'm not looking for this. Don't raise your hip. I'm looking for a side bend and a lift. Come up, squeeze it up. Bring your left hand across, palm up, and reach over. Come out to a T, float it down, and reach. Side bending strongly. My foot's not moving off the floor. It's not pulling in as I bend down because I'm not crunching into my side. I'm reaching out of both sides for a nice stretch. And come across. From here, if you have any hip or knee problems, please continue with the mermaid. Otherwise, I'm going to take my right shin. I'm going to bring my hips to face the chair. I'm going to bring my right shin to the front, and I have my heel pressing into the back. So it looks like this behind me. I'm pressing in with my toes. My heel is lifted. I'm in a pigeon pose on the chair. So we're going to bring it down. Now I'm not going to let my low back come out, so I'm going to think of drawing my abdominals up and in, float my arms up, flat back hinge forward, place my hands on the pedal. I'm going to flat back hinge press down, and flat back hinge press up, and down, and up. Think of pulling the pedals apart, and down, and up. And now I'm going to float my arms up, and then I'm going to bring my body up out of the pigeon pose. Ooh, that was more difficult than you thought it would be, huh? A little bit more of a stretch maybe. I'm going to come to the left side. Bend my left knee over, extend my left leg long, place my foot flat on the floor. I'm going to extend my arms out to a T, float my hands down, fingertips are going to face my knee. I'm going to reach over, pressing down with my lats. Nice long neck, not crunching up with my shoulders. Bring it up, out to a T. My right hand's going to come across, palm up. I'm going to reach the opposite direction and come back up and press down and over. And come up and reach across. foot's not moving while I do this mermaid. My hips are both, or my sits bones are both on the chair. And come up and across. Again, those of you with knee problems, hip problems, can't do pigeon, please continue on with the mermaid. Otherwise, I'm going to take my hips, square them to the chair, bring my left shin up to the front of the chair. I have my toes pressing in and the ball of my foot pressing in, and my foot's extended for pigeon. Wrap my ribs, draw my abdominals up and in, reach my arms up, flat back hinge forward, locate the pedal, still in flat back. Press down with flat back, and come up, and press down. The stretch is intense, and press down, and come up. I'm not going to sit up, but I am going to reach my arms forward, and then flat back to sit up. Guys, from there, I'm going to come sitting on my chair in a comfortable position. If your legs are down, that's great. I'm going to take a deep inhale. And exhale. That was a great workout, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Sorry for the funky position of the camera. I hope that everyone has a great day. Thank you so much.